Hey guys, so we're gonna do another anti-haul and I got everything on my phone. Okay, so let's just hop right into it. So the first thing is the Fenty Mademoiselle lippies. Now apparently they're like this small, they're like tiny, but in the pictures they look like regular size, but apparently they're like mini looking things, and the outside components look so pretty. They look so pretty, and when you take that lid off and you just see that beige plastic, that turns me off. That kind of just turns me off of the whole product, because it's just like the outside of it looks so luxe, so lush, so upscale, up there, and then really the inside just and then when you scroll it up, it's even smaller. So that just makes me feel like, no, I'm just gonna leave those. The colors look beautiful, but I feel like for the price point and how much you get, that's okay. Fenty, I wait until you bring out some like full size stuff. Next are the Naked Heat mini palettes. The shades don't look that far off from the shades in the Naked Heat, so I don't see the point in getting the minis if they look practically like the Naked Heat one. I might as well just buy the whole Naked Heat, the main palette, the full-size palette, because the mini, what's inside the mini looks practically like what's inside the big one. So it's like they're trying to sell you the same thing twice. I'm not with that. I'm not down for that, so I just don't see a point. Next is the Box of Crayons palette. Now this looks really nice. I can't deny it. Like all of those colors, these are, but you know what, they are like primary colors, you know, just like standard red and standard yellow and standard green and standard blue. Yes, I understand, like there's a light blue one and there's like an orange shimmer and stuff like that. I understand all of that, but I like to have colors which aren't just standard and primary kind of thing. I like to have like my pink with a hint of gold in it and my blue with a shift. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like that. Those are the kind of shades that I like. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. Plus, I've heard that the shipping prices are a little bit crazy. Plus, they're a brand new brand, and the amount that they're selling this for, I think this was like $30 if I remember correctly, something along those lines, and then the shipping on top of that, and then God knows how much it's going to cost to ship it from the States to here, plus customs. No, I'm not going to be dealing with that. I'm going to be paying ridiculous amounts. I might get it should Beauty Bay get it, maybe, and depending on what they say, because Beauty Bay don't tend to have a lot of sales. And if they do have a sale, they're usually on particular products rather than like, oh, we're having a 20% off sale, just put in this code at the end. It's not really like that. They tend to have like a sale on one brand and then a sale on another brand, and who says that I want that particular brand? So depending, but I am not 100% sold on it. I've seen some review videos. It looks nice, don't get me wrong, the quality looks amazing, but and I've got like tons of colors that I do need to break out, and I do need to get into my regular routine of usage. Next is the Jouer Blush Bouquet palettes. I'm just not feeling those at all. I've got enough blushes. I don't need these. And these colors, they don't really speak to me. They don't really say, hey Sinead, come, like Peach, come. It's not saying that to me. It's just kind of like pink, light pink. I've already got those Jouer, so it's alright, you can keep those. Next is the new Huda highlight palette. Like this palette looks kind of like it's geared toward people of color. Well done, I like that, but at the same time I don't think that it's gonna suit my particular skin tone, so I'm just gonna not. Next is the Sugar Pill Twin Star collection. Now please, these are pretty. I like the packaging. It is kind of cutesy wootsy, but to me it's not like vomit inducing cutesy wootsy. It's cute. I would love to have these as part of my collection, but first of all, those lip shades, they're not for me. They're just not for, those are not the kind of lip shades that I go for. The palette itself, it's really cute, but you get what, 6 shades? And I know Sugar Pill are not going to be making this like 20 bucks. So I'm just going to say I'm going to sidestep that one and keep it moving. But it still looked good. I can't even deny it. It looks, it's pretty. It's like, it's lovely. Anyway, next is the Blood Sugar palette by Jeffree Star. Number one, he's not my favorite person in the world. He is very, very entertaining, and I love the way he, like, his mannerisms and his like his body language and stuff. It's very, very, you know, over the top. Love that. But at the same time, he's not my favorite person in the world. And on top of that, this palette, I understand it is literally just like 50 shades of red, and I'm not particularly a red kind of person, so all of those variations of red are just gonna go to, like, they're just not gonna get used. I just find it pointless. So I'm just gonna say no to that one, because I love the packaging. I think the little box thing, you know, with the little clasps on it, I really like that. It's so different. Nobody else has anything like that out on the market as far as I know. It's very, very nice, but I have to say that the product inside I won't get full use out of, so I'm just gonna not bother. Oh, the Kristen Dominique Lotte Palette. This looks like a bunch of neutral, natural shades, and it has like a couple of pops of color, and I've got all of those neutral, natural shades. I could find those 2 pops or 2 or 3 pops of color, whatever that's inside it. I could find those somewhere. If I really look hard in my collection, I could find it somewhere. But on top of that, those pops of color are not my favorite pops of color, so it will just be pointless me getting it. And again, for a new brand, like, I know Kristen Dominique is well known. She's got millions of followers or subscribers, whatever, so she's known. But just because you're known doesn't mean that your brand is known. And if you're a brand new brand and you're selling items for up there in the sky, those price ranges, then I'd just rather not. So, and also because I don't really follow her or watch her, I don't have any like emotional connection, so I don't feel the need to support. So even if it was like, well, I'll just get it to support, well, I'm supporting somebody that I have absolutely no connection to, I will then need to have some kind of connection to the product palette itself. I'd need to want it, and I just don't. So congratulations to Kristen Dominique for her new brand launch, but I just feel like this is not my type of product that I really want to go for. Next is that Black Moon palette. It is so nice. It looks so nice, but again, the shades are just so, like, they've been used and abused 1,000,001 times. But I guess I understand like supply and demand, like these are the kind of shades that people are going for nowadays. But because I have so many of it, so many variations of this palette, with, you know, spread out in my own collection, that I just feel that it would just be pointless me buying this palette. But it looks gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but it's just not for me. Next is the Starlet palette from Makeup Forever. I just don't see the point. I just don't see the point. Was everything on here palettes? Everything except for the Mademoiselle lipsticks. Everything else is palette. That's just my thing. It's just palettes. But yeah, the Starlet palette. I think they had one which is for for Europe, and they had one which was for the US, and it's like, what's the point when you know that everybody is connected? Everybody like can go to Trendmood's page and find items. Like, it doesn't matter where you are located in the world. What's the point in having one palette which is for Europe and one palette which is for the US? Like, what is the point in all of that? It's just so pointless. So just on that, I'll just have to say, no, that's just ridiculous. Next is the Ocean Jewels palette by Becca. Becca just comes out with things that look the same all the time, and I just don't see the point in reinvesting in the same looking stuff over and over and over again. And that's what this does. It just looks like it's the same stuff over and over and over again, and I just don't have that kind of time to be that kind of money as well, because Becca's not cheap. I mean, I've got one Becca item, and that was the Champagne Pop collection palette with the 3 blushes and the Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop highlighters. That was the collaboration with Jaclyn Hill, and that wasn't exactly cheap, and especially to get it over here in the UK, it definitely was not cheap. So like, I need some new different stuff, please. Give some new different stuff. So when I have something new and different, I'll definitely be catching up with you. Alright, so in the meantime, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.